Hello, everyone. My name is Legislature Mabote, and after 2 years of a hiatus, welcome to another edition of Let's Touch Base with Legislature Mabote, where we're having conversations that matter. Now, as you are aware, on Thursday, which was the 25th of July 2024, we were invited by the Speaker of the Legislature, the Provincial Legislature in the North West, Honorable Despo Muhono, and the Premier Lazim Khosi, to pave a way and to just give us perspective of what to expect in the 7th administration in the province. He did touch on a lot of things, and he did mention that they continue to be inspired by the achievements that they have got while they were here, and graced the presence that graced us rather was Dr. Masego Izimachila, who was actually given that doctorate by the university, the Northwest University, earlier in the month. Now, he did touch on a lot of things. One of all, or rather one that really stemmed above all of them, was that there will be a mega city. Is in the shopping complex, but a mega city which is a smart city in the Northwest, which is called the mega city, and a lot of money was harnessed or is being harnessed to look at that project. The speech was rather ambitious. He also talked about 164 billion rand of investment commitment into the mega city and into the special economic zone of the province. And he really touched on the airport being called the Khosi Dick Montsiwa Airport and no longer the Mahikeng International Airport. And we will really be looking into it as we get on with this. But just to give you an overview of everything, he mentioned that approximately 51,000 jobs will be created, and that the EPWP project needs revisiting, that people they need to actually be held accountable for that. We got reaction from Reverend Patrick Madito, who is actually part of the traditional council of Batlaru Bahamasibi.
Well, he said into some, but he said they are busy building up a program and improving on their consultation. You remember he said that the problem they realized it was consultation between the two structures. So he's on a way actually, as he said, to improve more in that is my reaction towards that, and I hope for the best.
And your reaction to the entire speech?
Well, the entire speech is okay for me. There's a lot of hope because it is the beginning of the new era, the 7th administration, and I think they're still on the preparation side in getting themselves settled, and I hope things will unfold. Much as, of course, he said there are other structures that are put in place so that programs can be put in place. I was also very happy when he talked about EPWP that they are going to revisit the program.
All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Debrief session. Yes. We also got reaction from Fenon Muema, who is the spokesperson of the EFF in the Northwest. Your reaction to the speech of the Premier?
Well, as the EFF in the Northwest province, we are disappointed at the fact that Northwest is leading in terms of unemployment rate. We have recorded unprecedented levels of unemployment in the province, and it appears that the Premier clearly has no concrete plan on how to resolve the ongoing unemployment rate in the province. But also, areas of concern are being identified. For instance, he spoke about tourism. That actually, tourism has declined due to other factors of rain and other things, but it doesn't mention also strategic issues such as road infrastructure. No tourists will want to come to the province. We can't be attractive while we don't have proper infrastructure in terms of road infrastructure. But secondly, we don't even have an airport that is functional. But thirdly, the Premier comes here and talks to us about building the mega city, around the areas of Mahikeng and so forth. How do you do that while you can't deal with the basics? I mean, look at this as issues of unfinished project of housing, unfinished project under human settlement, and you want to come and promise us, a mega city. So we are saying to him, master the basics, deal with the issue of housing at the basic level before you can promise us things that are far from you. So you can't master the bigger project while you can't deal with the immediate basic needs of the people. There are communities without water, there are communities without electricity. You look at municipalities like Ditobota, they are unable to even give salaries to their own employees, and you expect the municipalities to be able to function while the human resource cannot function because they are not getting remuneration at the end of the month. So this shows that the province is dysfunctional, and the premier clearly has no clear plan. He speaks about 24-hour services of clinics that they are increasing. So we're not expecting him to say they're increasing. Rather, he must have 100% 24 hours service. Health is 24 hours. At any point of the time, during the day, during the night, anyone can get sick. We expect to find hospitals open, but also on its own will create job opportunities. You have young nurses who are unemployed. Give those opportunities to them to operate. He spoke about creating 27,000 job opportunities. They always say it every year, but we never see implementation of that. When they're talking about 27,000 job opportunities, they might be referring actually to the 6 months contract, the 12 months contract, of which is what they normally do. That is not sustainable, and we must give our people dignified jobs. But also he spoke about expanded public works program. We do not know who told this ANC government that public works is only meant for people who are cleaning the streets. You can use that, give it a proper salary, and give those opportunities to young people who can work in offices, who are capable in different office government departments under expanded public works program. So they have a narrow understanding of what EPWP is actually meant for as a project itself. So as the EFF, we are seriously disappointed. However, we're going to ensure that we hold them accountable and intensify our oversight role in the parliament, provincial legislature.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mama.
Thank you, brother.
In the Northwest. We also spoke to Freddy Sonakile, the spokesperson and the chairperson of the Democratic Alliance in the Northwest, and finally Mathomola Ronald Shafter, who is
I believe it was a very ambitious state of the province address. Ambitious in that some of the things that he said, obviously, we know are impossible to can achieve. I've been calculating every time he mentioned the number of jobs they're going to be creating, and the total that I arrived at is about 52,000 jobs created specifically for young people. It's something that as the GA we are going to be monitoring. We know it's not going to be happening. There are things in the speech that we welcome. They are saying that they are bringing in the Northwest Development Fund, and they're saying the fund will be utilized to can empower economic activities in the province. We believe it's a good move. However, we are going to demand that if that fund is going to be created, they must ensure that its usage of its funds is audited real time. We've seen with previous funds, your COVID funds and all other funds, your disaster management funds, they never get to where they intended to go. They get to be introduced. After that, you never get to see what is the end. So we'll be monitoring that. They are introducing advisory bodies. I think during the time on Tatemoko or on Tatemape, they've been introducing these advisory bodies. At some point, they're supposed to give us a report to say these advisory bodies have achieved the following. We've never received any of that. We welcome the skills audits in the municipalities, but the big question is, once they receive the report that says that there are individuals who are unqualified, are they going to fire those individuals? So it's a big thing that we'll be monitoring to say, you have promised to act on people who are unqualified, so why are you not acting on the following people? So it was a 50-50 type of a speech. 50% is welcomed by the GA, 50% is very unrealistic.
okay, and the reaction of the DA to the government of national unity, will we be seeing that correlation and cooperation at the provincial level?
Now, obviously, the government of national unity at national level will be making national pronouncements. If there are those that have to cascade down to provinces, we will definitely monitor them to ensure that they are implemented. But in the province as things stand, the ANC has not extended its hand to us or any other parties that at national are in the government of national unity. So for us here, we are an opposition party. In the Northwest, we are going to ensure that Premier Mukhosi and his team account. So there's no government of national unity here. Here they have to account and do things by them.
Absolutely. Thank you very much, sir.
No, thank you.
Come on. I've been around. Ronald Shafter, who is the executive mayor of the Ratlo local municipality. just touching here and there and giving us a reaction of what the premier said. Some say he was too ambitious. Some say, yes, we are here and we will hold them accountable. And really looking at the government of national unity and the Northwest being ANC governed, how is it going to react, and how is the DA being the opposition, the official opposition? How are they going to work together here at ground level? That and more on Let's Touch Base with Lesogoma about the conversations that matter.
Okay, no, thank you very much. First and foremost, I think we need to concur with the Premier to say municipalities are experiencing so many challenges. Some of the municipalities are dysfunctional, but we support the pronouncement that has been made by the Premier that we really need to zoom into critical areas wherein we make sure that people with requisite skills are recruited to come and run municipalities, people who've got a clean administrative background are recruited to run municipalities. We believe that if you can do that, things are going to change for the better and municipalities will be able to turn the corner. But generally, we agree with the Premier that municipalities are challenged, but mainly problems of the municipalities are emanating from the fact that most of the employees or the officers that are working for the municipalities, they don't have the necessary skills to can do work that they have been appointed to do to the best of their abilities.
All right. The municipality that you're presiding over has seen a scourge in stock theft. How are you mitigating this?
We are happy that the Premier touched it in his speech because it's an issue that we've been consistently raising in all the platforms of government where we have engaged with other stakeholders. Now, the role that we are going to play, obviously, as a municipality, in a quest to try to support the program that is fighting against stock theft, it's also, I mean, it's to mobilize the community, to encourage the community to organize itself and work together with the security cluster, partner with the police and all security cluster components to fight against stock theft. We strongly believe that through that partnership, we can turn around the corner, we can bring stock theft to an end, we can eradicate stock theft in our communities through partnering with community and the police officers.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Sure.
Sam.